Warcraft the movie. Now, this is a movie based off of a video game or a PC game. I'm honestly not 100% sure because I wasn't a huge fan of that game. I've actually never played it, so going into the movie, I didn't really have any expectations. I just wanted it to kind of surprise me, and it did in a lot of ways. The first thing I want to say about this movie is I honestly don't know practically any of the characters' names. They didn't, in my opinion, they didn't do a good job of introducing the characters. The movie kind of just starts and this war is about to happen, and like it doesn't take time to introduce characters. It just kind of throws them all at you within like the first 10 minutes, which I didn't like at all. I can honestly say in the movie I felt for the orcs a lot more than the humans. The orc story really focused on, honestly, don't know the main character's name, and his family. It was centered around him, his family, and his tribe. And in the human side, it focused on this knight guy, King Lane. That's one of the only characters I know, which is King Lane, and some other human characters. That's the first thing I want to say. You honestly don't know who's who, probably throughout 95% of the movie, which is a major negative for me. Besides that, though, we all know why we want to watch this movie, and that's for the action. This is a video game adaptation, movie adaptation of a video game, my bad. And I'll say the action did a good job in this movie. There were a lot of scenes where I was really intrigued by the action because I just loved like medieval times action stuff, swords and knights and monsters and stuff and magic. So that part I really liked, and I think they nailed that. Only negative to that positive though is it takes a long time to get to those positives. It's literally like a 30-minute gap, 40-minute gap between fights, and constantly I was looking over at the audience. I was literally getting off my chair and just kind of looking at everybody and like seeing if they were intrigued or not, because I honestly was not for the majority of the movie. I only kind of woke up when there was action scenes and there was just orcs kicking ass and stuff, and really that's the only part I really liked was the action. This review is about to get a lot uglier. There were a lot of things that weren't explained in this movie, like not too sure. I'm gonna throw a picture of her on right now, but I honestly don't know her name. You can clearly tell she's half human, half orc, and that's why the orcs kind of hate her, but she honestly never says that one of her family members was a human, which I didn't like because, I don't know, I felt like that would be a really good connection towards the humans if she said one of her parents was a human. Yeah, that was one thing left unsaid throughout the movie. Another major thing that was left unsaid was why or how the orcs came in contact with this dark magic. It says it landed upon them, but that's really a really bad example or explanation of how they got this magical power, and I honestly did not like that at all. We just kind of had this super evil orc who had these magic abilities that we have no idea where they came from, and I just really didn't like that. Another thing was the comedy in this movie. There was literally about 3 jokes, and they weren't even really funny. It was kind of more of just like a moment, and I don't know, that didn't hit me. So, and the acting wasn't amazing either. Like, I didn't really feel for any characters besides the orcs and one of the human characters out of probably like 10 human characters. There was not really that much emotion in this movie. There's also another scene in this movie where it will either be really touching and sad, or you're absolutely gonna hate it, and me, it was a mixture of both, because this scene, when you guys see it, I don't know guys, I don't know what they were doing with this movie. With all those negatives said, really the only positive I can say about this movie is the action and the animation. The animation on this movie was spot on. It literally looked real. There was some times where the orcs were kind of standing there and I really had to like, I don't know, it just really looked human. Like the main character, the orc character, he honestly looked real. Like the skin looked real, the facial expression, everything just looked so real. So I'm gonna give them a plus for that, and all the effects on the magic was awesome too. But The only positives were the action and the animation. So with all that being said, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and rate Warcraft the movie a D+. Now, this is mainly just because of those two positives. Otherwise, this would have been way down on the letter scale there. Leave a comment below of what you guys thought about this movie, and are you going to see it or not? Personally, I'd only advise you to see this if you're really into, like, medieval times, like magic and, like, monsters and knights and kingdom and all that kind of stuff. If not, you're probably going to hate this movie. And yeah, that's all I can really say about this movie. So thanks for watching this review, guys. If you haven't already, please check out the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows review. That was a movie that I rated quite a bit higher than this movie, and I definitely recommend to see that one over Warcraft. So yeah, leave a comment below of what you guys thought about the movie, and if you want to see more, please subscribe, and thanks for watching.